What is up, everybody? Cameron Fous here with Iconic Traders and the team. We got Matthew Sentes, Robin Millar, and Evan Seach in the house from all corners of the map. I'm out in Bali. Matt's up in Vancouver, Canada. Robert and Evan, you guys are both down in Florida, Southern Florida. Or actually, no, Robert, you're in Northern Florida now.
Yep.
But anyways, guys, interesting times. And a lot of this brings me back to multiple things, multiple situations. One, the 2008 financial crash that was caused by the housing market. And now we're in another global economic meltdown due to the coronavirus. And this isn't like anything we've ever seen before, where the entire world has been shut down. And it's been interesting, but to see such a big decline in the markets has sparked my interest in potentially coming back. Now, I haven't made a trade since November of 2018. So I've been retired for about a year and a half, and I haven't had any interest. I didn't miss it at all. No interest to even look at a chart one bit up until now when we saw this massive decline in the market. So I am considering coming back, making a comeback, maybe not full time, but at least part time, because there definitely is opportunity. After 2008, 2009 was one of my best years trading. It was absolutely amazing. And surprisingly enough, 2009 was also when we saw the H1N1 bird flu that came out, which also created a lot of trading opportunity. Now, it's unfortunate that disaster and misfortune for others does create opportunity, but it is an opportunity because there are, certain things that happen, such as a bunch of biotechs that were trying to work on vaccines or any kind of cure for the disease. We're all making these massive runs. I don't even remember, this was 11 years ago. I'm trying to remember what the tickers were that I traded, but these were some of my first big trades that I ever made, where I was, reaching $10,000 in a profit on a single stock in a single day, all because of the H1N1 bird flu. And now there's a lot of other stocks that are ramping up as well because of this, because I think there's at least 70, maybe 40 or 70 companies I read that are currently working on a vaccine, but who knows if that's ever going to happen. SARS, which is a coronavirus, they never created a vaccine for. H1N1, which is an influenza, which SARS is not an influenza, we did create a vaccine for, but we never created a vaccine for SARS, which came out in early 2000s. So who knows if we're ever going to see a vaccine. And until we have a vaccine, this thing isn't going to stop spreading. It'll slow down, but it's not going to stop. And so who knows how big of an impact that's going to have on the economy. We don't even know when the economy is going to show up again or when we're going to open. We keep pushing back the dates. So it's like, what the fuck are we going to do? For most of the world, everybody doesn't have a job, which is amazing. That I'm very grateful that I've been working online since 2005, started day trading in 2005, started my first online business in 2008. And so it's been an interesting game, and I'm grateful that I can, that this work-wise hasn't affected me, and it's actually been an opportunity. So Matt and Evan, due to the fact that you guys have been trading through all this, Matt, you just had a fucking insane, like near $50,000 month last month when Norbert went out. You guys went to Vegas and did a little celebrating.
70,000.
70,000.
Get it right.
Woo! That was my biggest month, March of 2014. Was 70K. So yeah, dude, why don't you tell us about what's going on in the markets? Because I've been following loosely just a little bit the last couple of weeks. Now I'm thinking about coming back. So let's hear your thoughts on what the current situation is.
So yeah, obviously tons of volatility right now, just tons of panic. What my strategy and what's happening right now for me is, like, we have all these large caps in small cap price range. So, and like I say to the students, is like, hey guys, these guys are in our ballpark now. You need to take advantage of these liquidity of these stocks. They have massive floats. They're moving the exact same as low float stocks right now, which is crazy, but they're moving in the ranges that we're used to trading them. Less size, more money is kind of what's going on right now. But yeah, it's just obviously a major overreaction in the market. Worked out great for those that know how to trade it. Some people have gotten crushed on it, obviously, but I think it's a lot of like day-to-day uncertainty that's causing this right now. And so it's get one good news article, the market goes flying. We get one bad news article, the market comes all the way back. So
it's all manipulated by by the press, essentially, about what the news headlines are. And essentially, it's all clickbait. And the whole entire market is run by psychology. It's this fear and greed of people being like, oh, fuck, or oh, boy. You know, like it's either hope or greed. Like, I want this to go up, or I'm scared this might go down. So people sell. So it's been interesting. And that's interesting what you say about float. Typically, I used to mostly only trade low floats. And the higher the float stock that I traded, the less my success rate in trading would happen, just because of the way the price movements move. And a lot of times they're very slow because we call them thick, a very thick stock, a lot of size on the bid and the ask. So it doesn't move as fast as a low float stock. So what are you looking at as far as the float size? Typically I would always be looking for trades under like 30 to 40 mil float max. Trying to go like 20 mil float would be more ideal for volatility. But what are you looking at, or what kind of size of float are you talking here?
So here's the thing. I haven't given up on our low float plays. I still trade them, but we have a lot of 20 to 30 share float stocks that are now in our area. And how we even got like Carnival Cruise Lines, American Airlines. We got these big companies with $500 million share floats. Now they all have huge institutional ownership at their pre-coronavirus prices. You know, you can take a bunch of that float away because that's not going to get traded. What we're seeing is 100 million share floats in our ballpark that are moving the exact same as us.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that happened in 2008. Like, because typically I don't really give a shit about what the float is. I more so look at what the price of the stock is. So I typically trade things under $15 per share, more likely something between $1 to $7 per share. It's not to say I won't trade a Tesla or an Amazon either and scalp it, because I used to do that all the time as well. But in 2008 and for most of 2009, like you just said there, everything was a small cap as far as not necessarily the cap, but as far as the price of the stock. That we had Bank of America, all banking stocks were under $10. I saw, like Boeing dropped from like $300 to $100 in like a week, and then bounced from 100 up to 200 in another week. So 100% gain right after that. So there's an insane amount of volatility across the board on all stocks. So it's definitely a huge opportunity to make money. But like you said before, it can also crush you, because when I started trading in 2005, all I did was swing trade. If you don't know what swing trading, that's holding for multiple days, upwards of a week or two, going for a swing. It was easy because there was volatility in the market, but it was a stable volatility. So you could hold on to a stock, sleep in if you want, and you're not worried about the market tanking, and all of a sudden you wake up to your stock down 30% or something. So that was kind of like the easy route that we also teach. This is in the Fous 4 strategy, but it was easy to get 30 to 50% gains on a swing trade. And then all of a sudden 2008 happened, and holding a stock overnight became a massive, massive risk, almost insanity. I didn't day trade at all before that. It was scary. I basically lost my ass, almost lost everything. And then I got a bartending job downtown San Diego, and then I got fired from that job. I thought my life was over. And then everything turned out okay. Like literally it only lasted maybe like 3 to 4 months of like real bullshit where I was just like, okay, all the banks are shutting down. Everything is fucked. Everyone is in pure panic mode. Like their fucking life is over. Everything all of a sudden just kind of stopped. And then at that point, everything was so cheap. It was like, holy shit, this is like the best opportunity of a lifetime. And so that's what I think a lot of people don't understand, especially if you can be liquid in day trade. It's all an opportunity. If you're an investor and you're holding through all of this, you're losing your shit. You're going fucking insane because you're like, oh my God, I just lost fucking 30 to 40% of my account because I held through all this bullshit. And then you're just holding on for dear life on a roller coaster, hoping it comes back up. But if you look at history, it always does. There's never been a point where all of a sudden the market continually goes down. I mean, we are in an unprecedented situation, though. Who knows how long the global economy is going to be fucked for this. And so the GDP of every country is going to be taking a massive hit. But what you also have to understand is that the market usually prices in whatever's currently potentially happening. So the market is currently pricing in, okay, we might be fucked for a while. And that's why things kind of took that massive drop. So yeah, it's crazy fucking times. Evan, what about you, man? What's going on in your trading zone?
Yes, I mean, I trade, a lot more, I guess, mid caps and large caps. I mean, I do hit small caps. Like today I hit NURO or something for around like $600. You know, what my kind of thing that I've seen change is, I did make a lot of swing trades come, like November, December and stuff. But the second, like you said, the market switches up and, volatility comes back. If you're holding overnight now, you're grabbing yourself by the damn balls and trying to hold on to that thing. And you're sweating overnight because it's not right now, it's best to kind of be, for the most part, in my opinion, with my strategy, all cash and stuff by the end of the night, and then take advantage of, the F1 breakouts in the morning or, FU breakdowns and stuff like that. Stuff, intraday patterns that show up at the open where what kind of direction you're going to be in, because no one likes waking up after a huge swing trade that you get nailed on, you're swinging something like Netflix overnight and you get nailed 20 points. It's, not fun whatsoever. So like I said, trade a lot more large and mids, but I really just translated the same kind of core strategies I learned, in the actual programs and such into large caps. I mean, it's the same technical breakouts that you're playing, the same technical breakdowns and whatnot. And right now the market's just, those same patterns are showing up, and the same patterns that I've played for the past 2.5 years are showing up. It's just a lot more volume in them, a lot quicker moves, and a lot more range on them. So you kind of I've just been adjusting my size accordingly, basically. So I'm trading the same way, just less swings and adjusting the size.
Yeah, and that's a good point you made. The different market environments, and it's kind of like in the Fous 4 program, it's almost like I call it the evolution of trading, Fous 4 1 and 2 and 3, because it went from 2005 to 2008, which is Fous 4, all swing trading strategies, and that market environment called for it. Then 2008 to 2016 was all day trading long, and then 2016 up until I placed my last trade in November 2018, it was all shorting.
Yeah,
and so
kind of everything
really,
in your tool belt. Yeah,
and so it really just depends on what the current market environment is calling for, and you need to be prepared for that. Just like when I was swing trading, and all of a sudden the market environment of 2008 came around, I had no fucking clue what to do. I was like, holy shit! I don't know how to short stocks, and I don't know how to day trade stocks. I'm fucked. And I couldn't, because I was still trying to trade my current strategy, the only thing that I knew. And so that's why it's important to be able to be prepared for any market environment by understanding swing trading, by understanding day trading going long, by understanding how to short stocks if that's what the market calls for. So it's very important that you understand that. That's what we teach in Fous 4, 1, 2, and 3. And so it's crazy because there's so many people online right now. Everybody's stuck at home. And everybody wants to learn how to day trade. Even Barstool President is running a little day trading podcast. I don't even know if he's good. I feel like I see him losing way more money than I see him.
I think he put 3,000 shares down of Tesla today. He banked because it moved 20, 30 points. But I mean, it's still nothing's calculated. He's just
swinging dick around.
There you go.
he's hilarious. I was watching it, but I actually had to turn it off. So I haven't been watching the news. I normally have the news on. I've turned the news off. I've just been trading the market the way it is. But he's actually hilarious. But I had to turn it off because it was I was finding myself
it's toxic.
I was watching him, not watching what was going on.
Yeah, it's funny.
He trolls people too. It's awesome. Anybody that gives him any kind of stock advice.
I feel bad for E-Trade too, trying to process everything for him.
Yeah, well, I guess they sent him a message because he had said something, in one of the videos he was said something about E-Trade, and then they messaged him, can you please don't say that.
I remember hearing us talk shit about it. But yeah, it's crazy. So many people are interested in day trading because it's kind of one of the only opportunities for people to take advantage of right now. Even my YouTube channel, the day trading, one of my day trading set of videos, all of a sudden just got hit by the algo, 65,000 views last month. And it's crazy. So Robert, what have you been seeing? You deal with most people coming in. So just as far as even myself, I've been getting DMs almost every day Fous, dude, I just lost my fucking job. I know you've been working online. I know you day trade. I know you have your other business. How could you help? I'm fucked. So what have you been seeing on your end, Bob?
Yeah, that's the thing that, what you just said is that, and it's surprising, there's people that are coming that probably had been interested in maybe wanted to day trade for a while, but for whatever reason they put it off, and now they're like, oh shit, right? So, but people are in bad situations, but still taking advantage of it, which is great. So, hey, they lost their job and they're not there sitting on their ass just doing nothing or, feeling bad for themselves. They're out there trying trying to learn a new skill. So that's kind of really encouraging to see. And if there's anyone out there that is, you know, they don't know what to do, or they're just feeling bad, they're, you know, a lot of people, they get out of the routine and they become depressed or unhappy very easily. You know, it's not easy for all of us. So use this time. There's no distractions really right now. Even if you have a little job, you're working a little bit, learn something, do something. If it's day trading, and if you wanted to learn that, then now is this perfect time, and it's the perfect market right now to learn in. Volatility, like we just spoke about, is the name of the game. Don't be afraid of it. So if you have family or friends and they're panicking right now, they're probably been investing and holding, and now they're stuck. Like we said earlier, that we're flexible, right? We're cash at night, sleep well, and it's all just technical patterns. You don't have to be a genius to do it. And we have the direction, the path, and us fine gentlemen here to help you get there.
Yeah, no, it's insane, dude. Like everybody's fucked. Everybody, not everybody, but most people. Like, and a lot of people are sitting at home. Like I'm going fucking crazy too, because I don't like fucking working at home. I like to go to my co-working space. I like to go to my cafes and get out of the house. Like, thank God my fucking gym's still open, because I was just working out at home, but I was going fucking crazy. Like I like got into it, like ordered some fucking workout at home stuff, and I was like, all right, a week in, I'm like fucking still getting ripped here. And then after like a week, I got like depressed and fucking didn't do shit for like a week. It was like,
it hit quick too, which is like the thing, you know, it just kind of unexpectedly just sweep. They're like, oh, it's, you know, it's bad, but flu's worse and all that. And then just 2 weeks later, everything is shut down. It's like, okay, well, now you have nowhere to go. Some people don't have jobs, and it's like, okay.
They try to downplay it so much. Like the fucking WHO fuckface was like, no, I think we're okay. Like, you don't need to close the borders. Like, I think everything's fine. Not a pandemic. And then, I mean, what can you do really in that situation? You obviously don't want to like fucking be like, yo, we're all fucked. Like everyone fucking panic right now. Yeah. But it's just like,
they can say one thing and then do another though. Like, hey, you know, relax everybody, but on the side,
wrap up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I if you watched the Joe Rogan episode with the infectious disease investigator expert guy, this was before it even like blew up in New York or anything. He's basically saying like, yo, this shit's coming and there's nothing we can do about it, and we're probably going to have 500,000 deaths in the US. Figures like a month later, all of a sudden New York went from like 2,000 to 20,000, and now fucking the US is at 611,000. New York has more cases than any fucking other country in the world. So US is either just the least giving a fuck about social distancing, or we're just testing the most. Could be both. Who knows? Yeah. But I feel like
hard to social distance in Manhattan. So
I mean, clearly nobody's fucking social distancing or want to be spreading that fucking rapidly. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Thankfully, like I don't really know if it has to do with weather, because, you know, they call it flu season because it happens in the wintertime. And so apparently things spread more during colder temperatures. Shanghai, or not Shanghai, but China is cold when this all happened. Southeast Asia is still very hot. And out here, even in Thailand, Indonesia, it's not spreading. Like all these countries out here in Southeast Asia are still under like 3,000 to 4,000. I think Thailand's in Bangkok is a massive metropolis, fucking clusterfuck of human beings and traffic. And there's still only like 2,500 people or that have been confirmed with it. Same with Indonesia. It's 287 million people here, and I think there's only like 3,000 people confirmed with it. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but nothing really that serious here. That's why I'm still going to the gym and not really like super fucking worried about it, because even though everybody's just showing up at the gym like nothing's going on, like they check my temperature when I go in.
That's good. Cool.
Yeah. So, and they're doing like, somebody's in there like just like cleaning the fuck out of everything after everybody goes on all this shit. So they are taking precautions. But
Let's not stop this time. Remember last time after the bird flu, like there was hand sanitizers everywhere. And then some of the establishments still had them like for like maybe 6-8 months. And then they just kind of stopped doing it. Let's continue this time, you know, let's keep shit clean.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, how long is the U.S. locked down till? They don't even know.
They don't know. Here in Florida, it's May 8th, and they haven't extended it yet. yet. They probably will, but there's
like a curfew down here.
Virginia is already extended to June 15th.
State to state, we'll see. Like just out here in Florida, maybe it's the weather thing you're talking about. Like I walk around and we kind of social distance, we do our thing. It's not, but then I talk to my friend, I'm from Jersey. I talk to my friends in Jersey and New York, and it is a different scenario. Their tone, their voice is like totally different. Like they are just stressed to the max. You know, they all know people that are dying, or know people that are dying, right? Or have died or had serious situations, needed ventilators, all that. So it's, you know, I just had my friend on the phone. He had to wait 2 hours in a line in Whole Foods. They only let 50 people in, and everyone's spaced out. It was a huge line, and I spent 2 hours just trying to get in there.
Yeah, that's insane. I just FaceTimed with Jin, who's in Manhattan.
Oh yeah.
As well. He said it was more overblown on the news than you see. Like he's like, yeah, it sucks, but it's like everything is like fine, but we're just staying safe, staying inside. Yeah. It's like, but if we need to go somewhere, we just fucking drive, and you can actually park because there's nobody fucking
oh man, you probably love it.
Yeah. So it's crazy. But anyways, guys, yeah. This is probably one of the best opportunities to day trade, just in relation, because I know it happened in 2008, and then how my year went in 2009 in the aftermath of it. And just like Matt was also saying, float is no longer really an indicator of like, okay, let's just trade low float stocks. It's like, okay, everything is now priced differently as well, even if it is a higher float and there is volatility. Look at fucking Boeing dropping 50%, 300 to 100 in a week, going from 100 to 200 the next week. It doesn't matter if you're trading with $100,000 on that trade or 5,000. 100% move is 100% move. It doesn't fucking, a lot of people think like, oh, I can't trade $100 stock. If it's moving 100%, doesn't matter what fucking your size is. That's still 100% move.
Yeah, you buy one share for 100 and sell it for 200. You made 100.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting, definitely an interesting time, and also maybe once in a 5 to 7 lifetime opportunity. Like, I don't know how long, every time we see a recession or a depression, it's like once every like 10 to 15 years. I saw one in 2008. We're now maybe seeing the beginning of another depression, maybe just a recession right now. But the fact is, the market's down, the volatility's up, and that always creates a lot of opportunity for day traders. And also just for any investment. I haven't read this book by Tony Robbins, but I think it's called Unshakable or Unbreakable. But it's basically, I think the context of the book is about being able to manage all this bullshit, because a lot of people freak out when all this stuff happens, but every time it's nothing more than an opportunity. It's never a fucking problem if you play it correctly. Every time it's an opportunity. So it just matters of how you're doing it. Like even Warren Buffett says, he's always just like, oh, we'll buy stocks. But Buffett did just start selling out of his airlines. I think American Airlines, which is interesting. He's like, all right, maybe this company might be fucked, which could be an indication of how serious he might think this all actually is.
Oh man, he's smart. He's selling them. He's going to buy them all back for.
Yeah. And then he was telling everyone about his moves, dropping lower.
Yeah.
He probably still owns them.
Same with Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman, did you watch that video of him coming out saying like, I mean, a lot of what he was saying.
That was insane.
What he was saying was right. He was like, the whole world needs to shut down for 30 days. And it's basically what has happened after that. Everything shut down.
Needs to shut down for 30 days so I can buy a ton of stock.
Well, he already shorted everything before he even said it.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh God, he went on a tangent. It was like I was like scared. Like,
did he make like what do you make, like $1 billion or something off that?
Well, he turned like
it was option. It was an option, or he bought a put on something. It wasn't even that big. It was I think 15 million into over 1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Man.
That's
crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I say, guys, if Fous is thinking about getting back in this market environment, definitely consider it.
Yeah.
He's been around.
It's crazy how much manipulation there is in the market. Just when you look at Bill Ackman in the news, in the media, it's all a fucking game plan. He gets his position, he goes out and tells the fucking world about it, so it gets it moved in a direction. It's the classic front running fucking pump and dump.
It's a Citron too.
Yeah.
Need GSX today. You put it out, the thing drops 4 points immediately.
Yeah.
All the algos get it.
Yeah, which was funny because when we were at an all-time high, he was putting out lots of stuff and the stocks weren't moving.
Correct. Yeah. That's what I was about to say. I was surprised.
And now it's like, well, even Bill Ackman, though, when the market was at all-time high, you'd see him on TV talk about stock, and you know, you could pull up the ticker, and the thing just like didn't move.
And you think that's emotion psychology or where we're at in the market?
I think when you're looking, you know, you don't have to be an experienced trader to go, the market's at an all-time high. Is this really a good time to buy? You know, and so, and like I talked about Evan this the other day. So I normally trade with, like, I keep between 60 and 100,000 in my account, just depending on where I am on the month. But I've only been trading with 25,000 because I'm too scared. Like, when the market's at an all-time high, I'm way more comfortable using more size because I know the moves. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm scared to use the same size that I was before because of the volatility. And what's happening, though, is I'm conservative with my size and I'm getting the same, if not more, return.
Yeah, the ranges are huge. You know, you don't need that much size. You're going to get, you know, 4 points on something instead of 1.5, 2 points. It's just stuff's moving a lot more, so you don't need to sling size.
So if you're trying to grow an account, this is a great environment for that. I mean, less size, more moves, grow an account, which is for most people, they're kind of their first goal is to kind of grow their account. And
started from the bottom. Now we're here. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this little podcast that we're doing, why don't you tell us about it in the comments below? Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any other topics you want us to talk about, definitely drop a comment below. Would love to hear your thoughts of what you're potentially struggling with or what you want to hear more about. And if you want to get started with the Iconic Traders team, come through our absolutely free training. There's going to be a link below to get you started and get you started on the right track and teach you a little bit more about the opportunity of day trading, especially in a time like this where everyone's out of work and you can literally make 200 to 2,000, upwards of Matt pulled a $21,000 a day through the exact same thing that we teach in our program. Matt did the same exact thing as you would potentially do today, went through the free training, joined the program, learned everything he could, and also adapted his own mindset and own strategies into it. And now he's absolutely crushing it. Just pulled a fucking 70K month, which is insanity, which is also my record month as well in trading. So anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.